Allison.
Thanks, Tony. A lot of Americans are a little skittish about putting money into savings right about now, especially since cash has been tight for a couple of years for a lot of folks. But you owe it to yourself, really, to get back into the savings game, according to our next guest. Joining us now, Chrissie Goodrum. May I call you Chrissie?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. I think you prefer that. Sorry. Founder and president of Goodrum Associates and spokesperson for the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, joining us today. Hi. How are you?
Hello, excellent.
I got to speak for the masses who all say, who can save right now? But you say, and only half of us are doing that.
Half of Americans, according to the Harris poll, actually 54% are saving, and it's actually something that you can do, you can incorporate in your life, and you don't have to be perfect. You can do a little bit at a time.
But get started again.
Get started again.
Okay, and then you also say that it's important to get back to healthy spending habits, too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like a catch-22. You can't really, the economy isn't well if we don't spend, but who can spend?
Exactly.
So how do we do this?
Well, the CPA has a new website out. It's 360financialliteracy.org. And there are some great tools on that website that everybody can go and look at in order to start saving, from kids to kids in college to people approaching retirement to people who might be on the verge of divorce. You should be able to plan for all types of things.
Right. And we want you to know, Chrissie, that we're linking that to our website, myfoxdc.com, to make it easy to get to where you're going. Now, I see that you have props. Before I go any further, let me ask you about these.
Okay. So I just finished tax season. I'm a CPA, and one of the questions I get from a lot of my clients is, what kind of deductions can I put on my tax return? And I say, well, you can obviously put charitable deductions on your tax return as long as you have receipts. And so coming off of April 15th, I think it's really important to remind people that throughout 2010, whenever you clean out the closets, make sure that you go and get receipts for donating your items. So have a manila folder or whatever, put your receipts in throughout 2010 so you can get credit for making those donations. I personally went last week I took 8 bags out of my closet and donated them to charity. And then I walked to the front part of the donation site, and I found another prop, a jeans jacket for my daughter, who is 6 years old, perfect, good condition. It was $1. So in terms of I'm saving, I'm doing charitable deductions, and then I'm purchasing something for much less than I would get at a store. And then to make it fancy, I went to the arts and crafts store and I got some rhinestones, so I'm going to iron it on with her.
She'll be bedazzled and she'll get good savings tips and spending tips.
Exactly.
And last but not least.
Okay, so I brought some barbecue sauce, and we are approaching Father's Day and grilling season. And I brought this because my husband seems to have at least 12 bottles of barbecue sauce in our pantry because he forgets that he buys things. And I think this is also really important for people to remember. You're going to spend money. Obviously, we all need to spend money on food. But before you go to the store, go to the pantry. See what you already have. Shop your kitchen first before you go spend money, because it's ridiculous to have 12 bottles of barbecue sauce if you're only going to use one.
We're out of time, but I just wanted to run through some of the survey findings. You said it, more than half, no money in savings for the last year or so. The reasons for not saying: the expenses outweigh income, financial emergencies, also credit card debt, they're trying to get out of that, and then 63% of non-savers they're not working. As far as the working ones, 19% say they're working more hours, no extra pay. 14% they've had their wages cut. Another 14% blame reductions in health benefits, and then also the loss of those 401k plans. But regardless of these findings, you say still start. Doesn't matter how small.
Absolutely. You don't have to be perfect, just a little bit of progress every day. Incorporate it somehow in your life.
I love those tips. And your props.
Thank you.
Are you sure you're a CPA? No offense.
Yeah, I am. I'm a mom, too.
Okay, there you go. See, a little something extra. Chrissie Goodrum, thank you very much. And Chrissie is the founder and the president of Goodrum Associates, and also a spokesperson today for the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. That's right.
So I was thrown off a little bit. The barbecue sauce is not tax deductible. That's not
tax
the message.
deductible.
Okay.
No,
That's delicious.
Right. But delicious.
And you only need one.
That's right.
You only need one, not 12.
Don't need a dozen. All right. Thank you very much. Speaking of money, it may be a while before